rich, these niggas sloppy. I've been waking up to get the money, whoa, whoa. Got a bad bitch ass, daddy, whoa, whoa. Bitch to my toes, twins, I'm fucking boat. I put it in new AP, just bought a like a boat. I was that bad on my dick, what was you niggas like? I know you turned your back on me just to get some wreck. I see you swerve back, cause I'm in a black bag. No diamonds on me, fuck a flash, this ain't Snapchat. Cause I been getting paid. Yellow diamonds on me, look like lemonade. Got my baby mama, that new been paid. Tryna get a JoJo like a sensei. Rolls Royce umbrellas when I'm in the rain. I got brothers that did the time, I ain't kidding. All these rappers just talk about it, I live. Going up, I ain't got no sky limit. I got been taking all these bottles that's on the knee. Cause all my niggas got it out the street. I keep 100 racks inside my jeans. I remember hitting them all with a whole team. Now niggas pay us a call cause I'm all in. I was waking up getting racks in the morning. I was broke, now I'm rich, these niggas sloppy.
You're everything I'm thinking of from time to time and dusk to dusk. Whenever there's a lull between the void, you feel the silence languid on the couch. Think I need to figure this one out. I'm lost beneath your cloud. Can I keep my 2 feet on the ground? Wake me, I'll love you tomorrow. You leave me breathless and hollow. Lately, a tough pill to swallow, but I'll try to compose. I could be, I suppose, someone you should get to know. I could be, I suppose, someone you should get to know. Time's not what it seems to shake this one off and dance. We're dancing through the house. Think we need to figure this one out. Shake it like a loose leaf from the spout. I think we need to think on this one. Wake me, I'll love you tomorrow. You leave me breathless and hollow. Lately, a tough pill to swallow, but I'll try to compose. I could be, I suppose, someone you should get to know. Someone you should get to know. Someone you should get to know. Tomorrow you leave me breathless and hollow. Lately, a tough pill to swallow, but I'll try to compose. I could be, I suppose, someone you should get to know. Oh, I could be, I suppose, someone you should get to know. Someone you should get to know.
morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's another episode of Nerdy Live in the morning. Good morning, Blue Jay. Good morning, old man John. I feel like an old man today. A bit under the weather. Plus, with it being the morning, I'm already like an octave lower than what I normally am, right? I mean, like, I kind of sound like I should be doing the narration for a Ford pickup truck commercial. Be a man, drive Ford, real American steel, that kind of thing, right? But guys, okay, so some funny stuff's been going on. Some funny stuff, we have fucking dude. Anissa Jomha is back to streaming. Anissa Jomha, iDubbbz' husband, is back to streaming. And it's funny because she has to engage with every single hater of hers. She has to, right? She has to. She has to. It's so funny. She mentions like PPP and Andy Worski by name. There are moments where she's talking about like Ethan Ralph of all people. It's a funny stream. But if you guys want to, I'm not gonna do any reaction to that today. Nicholas Diorio has done plenty of reactions over on his channel about that stuff. I watched Kamen Rider last night. Episode 26 was amazing. Oh, good. The male wife's female husband. Yes, Blue Jay. Yes. But guys, you might remember a couple months ago, Shamu released a video detailing the history of a certain streamer who is, has been in the news a lot recently due to his court case and losing said court case. By the way, the court case in context was a 10-year protective order where he is not allowed within a certain, I forget his yardage. I think it's like within like, but point is it's like a restraining order where you have to keep your distance from the individual. And also too, for the next 10 years, he's not allowed to own firearms. And Shamu has released another video. This one is an hour long. So I'm excited to see what this one has to show. I haven't pre-watched this at all. So with that being said, let's take a journey and begin watching, shall we?
It's been 8 months since my first video on Tectone covering his tumultuous and allegation-ridden relationships. Since then, a judge ruled in civil court that based on evidence and testimony presented, that Tectone likely raped,
a familial obligated rapist,
stalked,
I'm stalking you,
and was a self-admitted oofy-doofy schizophrenic.
I'm schizophrenic and I have a gun. I'm a very dangerous man.
If you are unaware and want to know more on the timeline of Tectone's history, be sure to check out my first video on him. However, briefly.
Oh, by the way, chat. By the way, I almost forgot. Before we get into the stream itself, I do have something very cool to showcase for members of the channel. And chat. We have a new emote, chat. Look at that. New emote. It's now the members badge, and it's also its own individual emote. It's me. It's Chibi me drinking some coffee. It's Chibi me drinking some coffee. Grape tone. Yes, grape tone. This art was done by the lovely friend of the channel, Twilight Midna. I love this art so much. So if you're a member of the channel, spam it if you want. And if you want to use the emote, you can join memberships for just $1.
In February of 2024, Tectone's ex-wife Freem was going to come out with SA allegations against him. Lawsuits in courtfare would then lock these allegations under an NDA. However, later Tectone's ex-girlfriend Pink Chu would also make allegations, which this time became public. These allegations Pink made would ignite a long battle between the two, which would end up in civil court, where a judge found that there were reasonable grounds to believe that Tectone committed SA and stalking. Pink Shoe would file for a protection order on August 21st of 2025, just 1 month after my second video, and it wasn't until January 23rd of 2026 that a trial would take place with everything on the line.
They go after my family and they call me a generational rapist in front of 1.2 million people. It's been a wild ride because I'm telling you, when I get exonerated, I'm going nuclear.
Oh, yeah. When I get exonerated, I'm going nuclear. Yeah, I'm sure, buddy. I'm sure.
I did everything for you. I helped you with everything. I fixed everything for you. I was there for you like nobody else was there for you in your whole life. I fantasize about getting the report that says your case has been indefinitely suspended.
They call him a generational rapist? Yes.
Be sure to like the video and leave a comment as it helps with the algorithm. If you want to support, you can do so with the links on screen now. This video will look to illustrate why Tectone lost his case in such a spectacular fashion. By considering testimony, court and medical records, along with greater contextual evidence from what Tectone has said on his streams, it should become quite clear why Tectone lost his case.
Because he's a fucking insane douchebag. This dude cannot keep his mouth shut. I think, well, like, dude, also too, we're not privy to like what constituted, like the necessity for the protective order, right? We don't have everything laid out in front of us, but like also too, man. And friend of the channel and chatter, Neon was me and him talked about it in like he's talked about in chat before, and me and him talked about it in like voice calls before as well. That like he's been aware of cases where the woman has proof that she's being beaten, that the husband's beating her, and the most she gets is a restraining order. This guy. Obviously, a protective order is way more intense and tightly upheld than a restraining order. A protective order, dude, it's gonna be 10 fucking years. He has to have it for 10 years. No firearm. Has to be within a certain distance of her. What the fuck was this guy doing behind the scenes, chat? What do you think?
Beyond the courtroom, we will also look at how Tectone has leveraged his relationships with other online creators to defend him, issue talking points, and in some cases directly attack Pink, who had just been given a 10-year protection order against him. Tectone could be seen as a use case for what not to do when accused of SA. In court, Pink had medical records of a lip injury sustained during the alleged assault. So what does Tectone do? Talks about and confirms the injury on stream.
Oh yeah, that's what you want to do. That's what you fucking want to do. Don't talk about your court case, you moron. You know, this guy was fucking trying to he was trying to suck Tom's BWC so fucking bad, right? He was trying to suck it so fucking bad. You know what Tom did? He didn't talk about this shit. You know when he talked about it? When he made his proper response video. And then when she continued to not back down, he decided to pursue legal action, which has resulted in her retracting all of her accusations against him. You, in the middle of your fucking court case, might I add, it's just like adding details, saying stuff that you do not need to do whatsoever. Like, seriously, what the fuck? Who wants to bet he breaks it? Oh, somehow, some way he will. So I don't think it's necessarily that he's going to go and try and see her. But remember, the protection order is he's not allowed to have guns. So my guess is he's going to try and get a firearm at some point within the next 10 years. And if he's caught with that firearm, would he be sent to jail for that? He probably would be jailed. And then probably a sentence, a hearing to see if like he gets sent to prison. I don't know exactly how that would work, but that would be my guess, right? Because like I imagine if you violate that protective order in any way, shape, or form, that's probably gonna get you put in like actual prisons instead of just getting a slap on the wrist.
You know what you can't do to women who have lip filler? You can't their mouth.
I what? Ay. The Your Honor, she had lip filler. I couldn't possibly make her give me a blowjob. Your Honor, she had lip filler. Therefore, her mouth was useless.
Because it'll rupture the fucking lip filler.
More on this later. Tectone was represented by Jeffrey Puryear, who has experience in cases involving SA and abuse allegations. On his front page, the one case that is listed in detail is a summary of a man he represented who was accused of abusing his stepdaughter. After Mr. Puryear represented him, he was found not guilty. Pink Chew was represented by Michelle L. Locke, who specializes in divorce, custody, and protective order applications. In Tectone's lawyer's opening statement in just the second paragraph, it contradicts what Tectone has lied to his audience in the past about. It states, quote, "It's true that the applicant, or Pink, never paid rent," end quote. However, during Tectone's original response to these allegations, he claimed the exact opposite.
You say that I would say, do your job, you don't pay rent. This is factually untrue. Here is you paying rent. Not one time, but multiple times. That is you.
Yes. This is all a good idea, by the way, to go over all of this on stream. Such a brilliant idea, Tectone.
You paying rent.
He has also claimed the opposite of this as well.
It's Pink's responsibility. And the reality is that she's in my house role playing as a goth Hooters orderer, waitress. And honestly, it's really annoying because the reality is she doesn't pay rent.
The reality is she doesn't pay rent. So did she pay rent? Did she not pay rent? Which is it? The world may never know. The world may never know.
The reality is she doesn't pay rent.
What Tectone was trying to sleight of hand here is that Pink originally was not paying rent. Allegedly, when Tectone made it Pink's job to perform oral acts on him in lieu of paying rent, she asserted that she wanted to pay rent. So Tectone's lawyer's opening statement, totally contradicting his own public response to SA allegations, is a good sign as to how this trial would go. Pink would take the stand and flesh out some of the allegations being made and the start of their relationship. Quote, "He told me, he said, I could change your life. I'm in OTK. I have connections."
What? Oh my God! Is Tectone the fucking Harvey Weinstein of Twitch? He's just like, I got connections. I could change your life. All you gotta do is suck my micro dick. All you gotta do is suck my micro dick. What the fuck? You really have a voice for radio. Thank you, John. Thank you. Some say I have a face for radio too.
You should just move in with me. You won't have to pay rent, and I will help you, and you can try to help me. Here's some vitamins, and was like, I'll change your life, and we'll get you better, and kept telling me that he's going to change my career. In regards to OTK, the org Tectone was a part of, she stated, they have pretty much control in Austin to make and break your career. Whether you get invited to collaborations or get sponsorships, they also have control, and the owners own one of the largest management companies.
That's fucking evil, dude. And OTK is not the only org that like does this. Like FaZe Clan, obviously, you know, would do this too. Whatever organization that Pokimane was a part of, that content house as well, dude. These fucking, it is fucking like the LA and like is it Austin or Houston that these streamers are primarily in? It says it right there, Austin. But like any city that has like a large amount of like big streamers, fucking hell, man, it's like a fucking mini Hollywood where they can like blacklist you and like fucking ruin your career. It's insane.
That I was also a part of at the time, or he got me into, because that was another promise he said he could do. According to Pink, originally she was doing graphic design and thumbnails for Tectone to compensate for paying rent, but this would become warped over time. Quote, I just would help him with some thumbnails. So in my assumption, it would just be helping him because I do graphic design and media. So I like make his thumbnails and edited some things for him. It went from make this thumbnail for me to he kept telling me to suck his d. And at the time, he would tell me, do your job, you don't pay rent. And those are the words that I clearly remember. Okay, and how soon after you moved in did those issues begin? Pretty right away. I think once he had said that in particular, I felt disgusted. and then told him I wanted to pay rent. And that's why soon after, towards the end, I believe it was the end of February, I started paying rent. I gave him $1,000. I said I didn't like that dynamic. It made me feel disgusting. What Pink Chu alleges in her testimony.
What are you telling me the woman didn't want a fucking like porno scenario where she has to like suck this guy's dick in order to like live at a place? Wow. Crazy, right? And I get it, right? I get it. She's an OnlyFans model. Oh, she's a porn star. Guys, believe it or not, right? Believe it or not. People don't... Porn stars, you know, people in general don't want to, like, do sexual favors for every single person in their life, right? And, like, they were dating, too, right? So, like, that's just fucking... It's sick. It's sickening. It's like, this is supposed to be someone that you love and care about, right? And you're just fucking like, oh yeah, you want to live here? Suck my micro dick. Fucking disgusting. Fucking disgusting. You piece of shit. You piece of shit.
Testimony paints Tectone as a very manipulative person. Whenever I had complaints about how he was treating me or anything, he said because I'm autistic, my version of reality is not like normal people.
What the oh my fucking god, dude. How fucking insufferable must that conversation have been? Yeah, so you're autistic and your perception of reality is false compared to mine.
And that he would have to explain to me what was really going on. And you all had a journal, is that right? I kind of just started one. He had me write a list of things he said that were wrong with me that he said I needed to give my psychiatrist. And then he later graded me on the things he thinks I need to work on.
Really?
Fucking Christ, man. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? What a fucking prick. God damn. You useless motherfucker. What? What kind of a fucking egotist do you have to be?
Really fun about this camera. I knew it would work great, right? But Pink is stupid, and she has this thing called...
Oh, dude, what the... Why? Why do you need to do that? Why do you need to fucking degrade her in front of her own chat, dude?
social anxiety.
And what did he say that you needed to go see a psychiatrist for? That my memory recollection was incorrect. I believe I wrote it in my journal. I can't remember by specific.
I can't tell you how many times I go into something with good faith. The other person doesn't have proper memory recollection, gets confused about what they're doing, the stress of the situation gets to them, and then they say, oh, this is not the word, but they'll say things like, oh, you gaslighted me, you manipulated me, you're strawmanning me.
He said I was immature, that my memory recollection was incorrect, that my phrasing, he would say things and then I would phrase it incorrectly, that I lacked communication skills, that I was depressed and dooming a lot, that I wasn't a positive person, I didn't take accountability, I was not independent enough, I was paranoid, and I had no emotional control. He would continue by claiming Tectone would have her write a list on paper of what she needed to tell her doctors during her online appointments.
And then I pull out the whiteboard.
Dude, he was basically like, okay, tell them that this is your problem and tell them that you want this fixed. He was essentially like trying to make her like his like ideal woman, right? That's essentially what he's trying to do. Is because it's one thing if like she agrees that these are issues that she needs to work on and she goes seeking out therapy for herself. But like he's essentially like, look, these are the things you need to work on, and then if you need to work on them if you want this relationship to work. He's trying to like fucking like make her like his fucking ideal woman.
Insane thing we got out of this trial was that Tectone, when he had a disagreement with Pink or when he wanted to explain why her memory recollection of events was incorrect, would actually sit Pink down at a whiteboard and John Madden gameplay why she can't remember events clearly or why he's correct on something they disagree about. Pink's lawyer.
What the fuck? Wait, I need to
play why she can't remember events clearly or
consent. It's okay because she said
why he's correct on something
she said stop, but like in a sexy way. Safe word equals more. I'm a nice guy though. Consent is confusing. I saw it in a movie. Fucking funny as hell.
they disagree about. Pink's lawyer says to Tectone, you actually would sit her down with a whiteboard and go over everything to convince her she was wrong, right?
I'm failing to see how these two connect, but I don't understand. What do you, in what regard? We have talked with a whiteboard before.
Yeah, and
Oh my god, so like he's doing the fucking play-by-play. Listen, I'm going to explain to you what you're doing wrong. Dude, this is so fucking funny. This is fucking funny as hell. Yo, morning, good morning, good morning. But yeah, this is fucking funny. Just imagine, right? Your fucking narcissistic partner sits you down and fucking gives you a whiteboard explaining to you like what you're doing wrong in the relationship.
and you would use a whiteboard to show her that she was wrong in whatever position she was taking, that you all were disagreeing on, correct?
Oh, if we were to have an argument, then we weren't seeing eye to eye. Visual aid really helped her as well as her to me.
The visual aid helped her.
There's another very frequent commonality where I would have to sit down with her and I would tell you exactly what I did. I would take her, I would run the shower in the bathroom because it would be nice background noise, because I know autistic people get overwhelmed from noises. So I would put that on.
What the? Okay. So like, dude. This is so fucking, like, what? How can you, dude, how can you like sit there and say, oh yeah, I did this thing for her. I did this thing for her, and it shows how good of a guy I am. They're like, dude, no, it just shows you how much of a fucking prick you are, more than anything. Still can't believe this was the first YouTuber I saw when I played Genshin Impact back then. Lol. Listen. I've seen this motherfucker's tier list for Genshin Impact characters. I don't know. That whole game's got me side-eyeing. Why is that game filled with fucking lollies? The fan base is fucking weird.
I would sit her on the floor, and we would sit there.
No offense to you, of course. No offense to you, but like this, I'm sorry, but when you have people like this doing videos, like top 10 like fucking waifus in Genshin Impact and ranking the fucking lolly characters, it does not help the game. It does not help the game whatsoever.
For hours, as I would bring out the coloring board and I would draw out the issues that you were experiencing, and I would help you through each and every single one of your problems. And I did this from start to finish. Every time you had an issue.
And do you know what coercive control is?
Yes.
And you told her that she had memory problems, right?
I believe we have had discussions on her memory not being, as
Well, I believe we had discussions about her memory not being as sharp.
Sharp as attack. Sure, I'm sure we've had conversations about memories.
Besides game planning like John Madden with Pink on how she couldn't remember anything, Tectone was also guiding her as to what medications she should be taking. Pink's lawyer asked Tectone, did you tell her what things to tell her therapist to get prescribed certain medications?
I definitely tried to help her understand, try to help her make sense of what's going on in her head. She wanted to tell me this is kind of happening to me. And
Dude, suddenly Tectone's a mental health expert. He knows exactly what you need to be taking in order for him to control you. I mean, to help out your mental history. Yeah. He's just in it for your mental health. Yeah. Yeah, the community and their lolly lovers are the reason why I stopped playing the game. Also, because the story became absolute trash. Why does it play like Breath of the Wild? Yeah. It was like anime Breath of the Wild. That was like all I knew about the game for the longest time. And then I saw Tectone making videos ranking the sexiest characters.
And I'd say, well, maybe it's this. I definitely tried to help her in her journey to therapy and medication.
Pink's lawyer paints this picture to the court, this controlling guy using whiteboards for hours to explain to his girlfriend why she can't remember anything correctly, what pills she should be on, and what to tell doctors to get said pills. Directly after this, Pink's lawyer passes the witness, and Tectone's rep has nothing to say or add on to any of this.
Wait, are you serious? But you couldn't help yourself with your own? Yeah, as a result of poor experience with my own medication. Mrs. Locke, I passed the witness, the court. Mr. Anything else? No, Your Honor. Oh my God, dude, such a bad fucking lawyer. You can't even defend your boy. You can't defend your client in this instance. Because obviously we know that what that line of questioning was meant to like do, right? It's showcasing that like he's trying to get her on certain medications, that way she's more easy for him to manipulate.
My takeaway, and I'm not a lawyer obviously, but Picton's team must think that getting any further clarity on these topics will only make their client look worse. Why else wouldn't there be any pushback or further questioning? You really have to admire how poorly Tectone has handled this situation, which would inevitably make him look awful in court. At one point, Pink filed a cease and desist against him. So even after going to the police, he still would not stop harassing me, and I had an attorney send him a cease and desist telling him I had gone to the police and he needs to leave me alone. Did that stop him? No. In fact, he went public and laughed about it, said, "She sent me a cease and desist for defaming her, but I'm going to keep defaming her."
I got sent a cease and desist about 3 months ago saying I need to stop defaming my ex, and then I continue saying the exact same shit that I've been saying. And
Oh, dude. Oh. Famous last words.
the only thing that I got for Pink was a cease and desist because Pink sent me a fucking cease and desist to stop defaming her 8 months ago. And I've been going live and saying the same shit that I've been saying for.
Why do you feel the need to talk trash about your ex for 8 months straight? Why did you feel the need to do that?
8 months. That's okay. More and more. It gets worse every day for everybody else besides me. She even has a cease and desist on me.
Oh, it gets worse every day for everyone else but me. Yeah, sure, buddy, sure.
Right? She sent me a cease and desist. And I've never stopped talking a single time. But all women with big tits, she fucking bought those too. So like, it's just fucking plastic, brother. Like what? Like this is a 30-year-old woman saying this shit. Fucking, I had to fucking take care of her ass after surgery. All because the bitch couldn't just say things didn't work out.
You know, breakups can be messy, right? There's some resenting feelings there, some unresolved stuff that you have to find a way to work through. But fucking hell, dude, you're not the good guy here. You don't look like the good guy. You just seem like a obsessive dude complaining about their ex. Like, come on, my guy. JF Kirby skipped medication and just waited for the genetics. Oh my fucking god! What the fuck? This dude. By the way, he's fucking watching Pegasus, cause fucking Pegasus as well is in this guy's fucking back pocket as well. All these daily shitter commentary channels. They're fucking all these fucking cocksuckers are fucking sucking at his fucking micro penis. Pegasus, fucking Sensitive Society, a Cheeto, all these lame ass motherfuckers.
She got the guys. To give you even more context, I'm currently on a cease and desist by her.
Tecton would make so many subtweets and threats towards Pink that she put together an archive and list of these occurrences, which is almost 200 pages long. Pink's lawyer asked, "And what kind of threats was he making online?" I have a timeline of everything, but it was mainly, "I'm going to sue you." He's also made threats that he's going to ruin me, that everybody was going to know the truth, that he was coming after me, that there were explicit material that he shared with multiple people, and that he will post them online.
Dude, imagine threatening to post revenge porn and thinking that you would win a court case. Imagine that.
If I don't retract statements. And it is almost 200 pages of it.
And don't worry, guys. I got something cooking for her. And man, Pink, you are gonna love that. And now you've built your entire image on lies. And do you know what's gonna happen when those lies crumble, Pink? You lose everything. Because you're a liar. Yep. And that's what's gonna happen. Why y'all think Pink don't talk about me no more? Cause she knows she's
No, it's because she's doing the smart thing. And she got her lawyers involved. And she got a case going. And she documented everything you were saying because you're a fucking moron who can't keep his mouth shut. Fucking hell. You fucking sad sacks of shit.
Cause she knows she's yep. All she'll do is pin old tweets. She won't tweet anything new because she knows she's f***ed. Yep, won't say shit, which is weird because before she had all this to talk about. But man, Pink, if only you knew the shit that I knew. But don't worry, you'll find out. And what?
Dude, you lost. By the way, he's like, oh, you're gonna find out. You're gonna find out. Motherfucker's still lost. Motherfucker's still lost. Which is hilarious, by the way. This motherfucker's still lost. He's still lost, and he was hyping up all this shit.
What's crazy is, Pink, and I'm gonna let you know, I would still forgive you if you apologized. Publicly, of course. That's what's crazy. But you won't, and it's gonna be great to see what happens. You had to say, nah, he did all that. No, I didn't. Shut the f up. Because your ass always gotta cry about some bullshit. They're gonna say, well, he my family, he bombed my house, he set fire to a 7-Eleven, and he hit me. It's like, just fucking shut up.
Even after Pink filed a protection
Shut the fuck up. Stop talking about all the shit I did to you.
order in August 2025, Tectone was still making threats on his Twitter.
They are going to hate what I found today. Your loss is now even more inevitable. Now I wait.
Again, he lost the court case, by the way.
Winky face.
Attached to this tweet were decapitated heads of an anime. Okay, and when you see these messages that he posts like this, how did you interpret them? Like, how did it make you feel? Like he's coming after me. Okay, has he made threats about going nuclear?
No, yeah, he's like, here's a picture from an anime where these two characters' heads get cut off. I don't know why you would interpret this as a threat. It's so fucking gay. It's so fucking gay. By the way, if you ever notice me muting, I'm trying. Like I said, I'm under the weather, and I know you guys don't want to hear me fucking blow my nose. So,
when the legal situation between you and he ends. Yes, I believe it was at the time he was showing his guns and things.
And pretty much all of my homies, and myself included, are just like, all right, because I'm telling you, when I get exonerated, I'm going nuclear. I'm just being straight up. I am counting the days, bro. I fantasize.
Okay, and in fact, he's indicated on social media that he's schizophrenic and is strapping, referring to weapons. Is that correct? Yes.
Dead people can talk. That's what people will learn very soon. I know everything, and that's why they fear me, and that's why they try to discredit me. And once again, guys,
I know everything. That's why they fear me. You sound so fucking cringy. Holy fucking shit. This motherfucker just kept running his goddamn mouth, and all she had to do was just showcase everything he was saying, everything he was posting, and she won.
I'm schizophrenic and I have a gun. I'm a very dangerous man.
One of my suspicions of Tectone was that after being accused of abuse by his ex, he began to take on a personality as someone in the far right, in order to circumvent the audience he lost because of his controversies. In other words, grifting. And you can definitely see this change in his content as well.
Some of my best friends are trans, because they have not felt this.
Some of my best friends are trans. And like, even with this look right here, right? If you look at the look, it's very like LA hipster vibe. Very LA hipster with the fucking shirt, the beanie. This would be like a textbook liberal. Yeah.
Same pain that certain content creators have felt in this community. I mean, there's been racism, sexism, racial slur towards Asian people, which is something that I do not tolerate whatsoever. I do not tolerate hate speech whatsoever. I do not tolerate anything derogatory towards any specific race, gender, anything whatsoever. To be honest, I think I'm a pretty progressive guy. People are trying to kill white people. They absolutely are.
Now, the current look, it looks like your stereotypical like alt-righter type.
I'm gonna say something that a lot of people don't like when I say this. I believe that white lives matter. I do.
Tectone in court was complaining about the amount of hate he got online and trying to attribute it to Pink. So when Pink's lawyer brought up his sudden political change of heart, this is what Tectone had to say.
Yeah, it's not because everyone just found out you were a fucking loser. No, it's all your ex's fault for sure, my guy, for sure.
So if I can explain on that, when all of these things came out, I lost pretty much a large chunk of my audience, and content creators kind of have to pivot what they're doing to other topics once they lose access to a demographic. So originally, I never really covered anything political or talking about, white privilege. But yeah, I would say my content definitely had to find a new route on how to be successful online. And so unfortunately, I had to make a little bit more extreme comments to be successful in the career that I'm.
Unfortunately, you have to make more extreme comments. So it's like, is he saying here he doesn't agree with what he says? He doesn't want to say them, but he has to find an audience, and now he's audience captured.
in now.
Tectone, politically speaking, is a total fraud. It's just further evidence that he is portraying a character to benefit himself. It's abundantly clear from him calling himself a progressive in earlier streams,
To be honest, I think I'm a pretty progressive guy.
to him admitting in open court that he is grifting.
Some of my best friends are trans.
At one point in the trial, Pink retells the story of a time she went to a mutual friend and told her that Tectone was making her give him oral. Once Tectone found out, he freaked out and made her call that friend to find out what she knew and send text messages to Tectone for plausible deniability. I told her that he would make me give him oral actions, and she freaked out. And I'm like, but it's all fine, it's not a big deal. And I got scared because I didn't know if I could trust her. He then, the next day, sat me in the office and sat me in a chair, and he's like, I'm going to get on the phone. I'm going to step inside and out. And he stepped outside of the office and said, you're going to tell me everything you told her in detail, and I want to know if you're lying. And we're going to have her on the phone back and forth and find out all of the information. You're going to text me that you want to perform this oral action on me, or else I'm not going to trust you. Shortly
You're going to text that you wanted to suck my micro dick.
after all of this is said in the courtroom, Pink's lawyer passes the witness, and they have absolutely nothing to say. They don't try to question her on this history of events whatsoever.
Nothing at this time, Your Honor. Dude, you need to fucking defend your client here, man. You need to fucking defend your client. What the fuck? Dude. Hey, Nerdy, you know I have a black friend, right? I can never be racist. Yeah, I have a black friend. I'm not racist. I'm not racist. Guys, I'm not racist. I promise. I'm not racist at all. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Tectone takes the stand after, and the story is never commented on again. Shockingly, Tectone's team were the first to bring up the original DM from Pink, who immediately starts to recount a small portion of context in this incident. When she gives the full testimony of this incident later, there is no pushback from Tectone's lawyers, and they opt to not even bring it up once Tectone takes the stand. Ask yourselves, why wouldn't they push back on this? This is a huge claim by Pink, especially when this text Tectone's team brought forward was really the only substantial evidence that they even used in court. They aren't going to push back on Pink with this? Tectone isn't even going to say that it isn't true? Why? When Pink's allegations of SA went public, a main defense Tectone employed multiple times on Stream and X was that Pink was weaponizing SA against him because he had also been SA'd.
And to imply that I'm a rapist after I myself have been raped twice? It's just a little bit crazy, isn't it?
So it was interesting that on the stand, after being sworn in by his lawyer, the very first thing Tectone's team brought up was this incident, which was his sister trying to give him crabs. However, utilizing this when he is trying to persuade outside parties on his stream and X that he is innocent isn't very effective. Realistically, trauma tends to perpetuate trauma. There are entire academic and research studies done on this topic where early life abuse was significantly associated with many disorders, but also what Tectone is being accused of. Not that I am claiming in particular that this is a cycle, just that it's not a great defense for Tectone in the slightest. And if you were a cynic in regards to Techie, you may even call it manipulative to use it as a defense, how he has on the internet. It is shocking how bad Tectone is on the stand. He says, quote, I'm not going to lie, 5 separate times throughout the trial.
It was pretty important to me because I am lazy.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie. And I speed, I'm not gonna lie. What if I get her pregnant? And also, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm not going to lie. I was
I'm not gonna lie.
shortly after we broke up interested in another girl. Pretty lazy guy in my life, I'm not gonna lie.
Tectone several times goes on insane long tangents where he throws in information not even being asked by his own lawyer. For instance, his lawyer simply asks, when you broke up the first time,
Yes. There was, I want to clarify, there was 3 times. Once I believe Pink has forgotten about. There was one where Pink wanted me to try to have sex, and I swore to her that I would try, and I did, and it just didn't work. I was too afraid of committing vaginal sex.
It's scary. It's scary. It's scary, you guys. It's scary. The woman vagina is scary, guys. Oh my fucking god, dude.
It's not a thing to take lightly. I'm not a guy that sleeps around. It's, you know, what if I get her pregnant? And also, you know, I'm not going to lie. The unfortunate reality is that I did have a fear of Virginia's.
I did have a fear of vaginas. What the fuck? Dude, that's fucking hilarious. I'm sorry, that's fucking funny. His sister did what? His sister tried to give him crabs. Dude, his fucking dad was like dude, there were fucking Senate hearings about his dad and what he did in the military to women. His sister tries to assault him. And, you know, we got the whole situation with him and Pink Chew. That whole family's just fucking cursed.
It's still hard for me to look at Virginia's. I'm a straight man, but something about them just scares me.
Is that why you were liking fucking gay Genshin Impact porn? Is that why you were caught liking that on your timeline?
And so, you know, when I lost my virginity, I had to even close my eyes just to kind of go through the motions. Sorry. Am I rambling? What was the exact question?
So the first time that you broke up?
Yes. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, there was the one time where she didn't get...
John?
Yes?
Hold on.
Yes.
Imagine you're the judge. You are presiding.
Just imagine having to listen to that while the court case is happening. Holy shit.
Over this protection order case, which includes multiple incidents of alleged assault. And then out of nowhere, not even prompted by the lawyer, the defendant goes off on a tirade about how he is terrified of laying pipe. Shortly after, a bizarre and unprompted rant about Tectone's fear of female anatomy.
Imagine being afraid to lay down pipe.
During a hearing for a protection order that includes SA, Tectone would again go off on a tangent in which he presents himself as a philanthropist. When did she move in?
Oh, really quick. She would frequently complain about her house, and I had already flown in my other buddy Lauro to stay with me for free because he was struggling. And, you know, I don't like being alone, so I let him move in with me for free. And then Pink said that her house kind of sucked, and she didn't really have anything to do about it because she couldn't just move out because she couldn't afford it. And I said, hey, anything you need to make your life better, I'll do it. If you need money, I got you. Because there was this funny time she was in her house and she was very afraid because there was cockroaches. And so I came to my car and I speed. I'm not going to lie. I've sped pretty bad. I went like 80 and like a 65 and I got pulled over that night. And I told the officer, you know, what the guy says, why are you speeding? And I say, well, officer, it was for a girl. This girl that I like, you know, she's got cockroaches. And he says, no problem, I get it, lets me off. Gives me like a warning, and then I go over there.
What story is this? What story is this?
And I pick her up, and I bring her back to the house, and then I say, why don't you just move in?
Tectone, practically unprompted, goes off on a tirade that in my opinion just comes off as manipulative to the court. He sort of presents himself as a...
He's just such a good guy. He's such a good guy, chat. He's such a fucking good guy, you know? Good guy Tectone. Nerdy, you don't get it. They're 2, 3D and too old. If they were 2D and underage, then they wouldn't be scary. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Dude, you're... Oh, this is fucking funny as hell.
Hero. He let his buddy move in because he was struggling, and oh, by the way, it was totally free. Pink couldn't afford anything, and her house had cockroaches. Tectone told Pink, I'll do anything to make your life better. Money, you got it. In fact, you can move in immediately. Later under cross, Pink's lawyer also clarifies with Tectone that there was only one cockroach, which he partially concedes to. And if that's true, it just fleshes out the picture for how manipulative...
Okay, to be semantical, you know, to play semantics. If you see like if you see like one spider, more than likely it's only one spider, but like cockroaches, if you see one, there's probably more that you're not seeing. But you know, dude, if I fucking found a cockroach in my goddamn apartment, I would light the whole place on fire. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Manipulative he can be when presenting this stuff in open court and trying to present Pink as destitute, basically. While things like this may work on his YouTube audience, in the middle of a civil court trial to go off on this long-winded rant only hurts him when his lawyer simply asked, when did she move in?
Freem, I carry our marriage, and you know that.
The large
The infamous "I carry our marriage" clip.
portion of Pink's cross-examination by Tectone's lawyer
Oh, what the? Why is he not wearing socks? What the fuck? This is gross.
was to single in on her previous lawsuit with Tectone's ex-wife, Freem, basically saying, well, you're calling him an abuser now, but you weren't when you were trying to sue his ex-wife, which is already a pretty sticky situation for Tectone, as in the lawsuit itself, it alludes to his ex-wife on the precipice of making abuse and SA allegations against him.
She was going to do something much worse, so bad it would have ruined all of our lives. I'm not going to say what it was that she was doing, but it was so horrific it would have ruined all of our lives.
The allegations Freem was going to make are alluded to in the lawsuit with Pink. They have also been talked about in the background for some time. The dispute between Freem and Tectone relates to a serious and false allegation against Tectone. During that call, Tectone and Pinkchu learned that Freem had a Google Doc and she was planning to release it to the public. Tectone signed an NDA with his ex-wife directly after she was about to come out with rape allegations against him. This was one of my main points in my first video and a thing I speculated over but was unable to get answers about. This is also fleshed out in the courtroom. Pink's lawyer asks, all right, and without going into details, that NDA relates to a lawsuit between he and his ex-wife post-divorce, right? I believe it was an agreement that they made. He told me that he had sent her a cease and desist, paid her $30,000, and had her sign an NDA to not go public.
Dude, $30,000 and an NDA not to go public. Oh my fucking god! How bad were her allegations against him? My god! Oh no.
And this was right before you filed your lawsuit against her. Is that right? I believe after he had her sign the NDA and paid her, we had our spat and I sued her. Okay, and was that at his encouragement to sue her? He encouraged a lot for me to sign an NDA and keep all of it under wraps due to the allegations the ex-wife had. He didn't want those to be public. Tectone later would be questioned about this lawsuit between his ex-wife and ex-girlfriend. Pink's lawyer states, and you also, at the time of the lawsuit, you wanted her to sign an NDA because you didn't want all of your ex-wife's allegations public. Isn't this correct?
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Sure. We talked about the lawsuit, correct?
Of course.
And you tried to paint it that you were not involved in it. In fact, wanted nothing to do with it, correct?
I tried my hardest to not be a part of it, but obviously when Pink was worried about it, I tried to assist her.
And in fact, what was the attorney's name that handled the case?
I'm actually not familiar.
Aaron? You don't remember Aaron?
No, I'm not familiar with Aaron.
You may be thinking, why is Pink's lawyer asking Tectone about who represented Pink against his ex-wife? Well, it's because Tectone, by his own statements, was the one who got Pink's lawyer to sue his ex-wife. In November of 2024, here is Tectone addressing Pink after her allegations went public.
How these things that have happened in your own mind, you are now coming at me, and this just isn't cute. So, I am going to leave it at this. My lawyer is going to be contacting your lawyer. The same lawyer that I helped you get. The same lawyer that I helped you get. Because
oh no,
you were scared. I'm not fucking around with this shit. My intentions were to kind of just assist Pink. I mean, obviously, I think if I can toss myself a bone in those situations, I'll do it. But I mean, it's mainly just about Pink, you know, being okay.
One of Tectone's claims was that he had all the receipts, and when all this came out, he would be totally vindicated.
Will you tweet out the proof? I will at a certain point.
Spoilers, he never does.
I will at a certain point. I really, truly hope that you guys believe everything that is that I said. If you didn't, I'll provide proof later.
So shockingly, during the trial, after a year of claiming he had all the receipts, he in actuality had absolutely nothing.
The tweets that I pulled were kind of just like last second, I could probably dig more, but I haven't dug.
Oh yeah, you know, it's not like it's fucking important to your innocence or anything to be able to prove that you're fucking innocent, right? Oh my fucking god, this guy's a fucking dipshit. He's a moron. What the fuck?
Maybe dug for like 15 minutes.
Wait a minute. This has been on file since August. You've known about this since at least your video on November 21st, 2024. And you're telling this court under oath that you only spent 15 minutes to dig up these just for court today?
Yes.
And do you remember getting online and telling all of your followers you had all the evidence back in November of 2024 and you were ready to produce it all?
Of course.
We also just get a straight up admission from
Oh my god, dude.
Tectone that he's just a liar in the court transcript. Tectone explains very plainly that he was let go from OTK over these allegations. However, that wasn't what Tectone claimed at all at the time this event happened.
Let me explain to you why I left OTK, why I resigned from OTK, why I did not renew my contract with OTK that expired on November 1st, 2024. The original contract was 2 years with an additional option to extend by an additional year, thusly completing my 3 years in OTK. And the reason why I chose to not renew with OTK
Yeah, it totally was because of the allegations, right?
is because it gave me a weakness. And I realized
Having creators that support you, that, you know, will help with brand deals. Oh yeah, it's just weakness. That's all it is. It's fucking weakness. What the fuck? I'm alive. Meant to say that on this channel. Hey, Skelly. Isn't it, dude, isn't it fucking like 7 a.m. for you at your time? Holy shit. Spoilers, I had lemonade from Cane's yesterday. It was green, John. What? Green lemonade? What the fuck? I mean, why did you type that? I'm getting one guide right now. I'm stun locked. What the fuck?
I really don't like having weaknesses.
Everyone was talking about it, which is why it forced me to respond, as well as the owners of my company decided to let me go as well.
Oh, it wasn't your decision. They let you go. I see. Interesting.
Because of the allegations. So people were ready to run with the ball of, look at that, another streamer from this org is a piece of shit.
And you were let go?
Instantly.
So Tectone, with his own testimony in court, is confirming he lied about why he left OTK originally. Tectone from the start of the trial tries to paint the picture of Pinkchu being a whore, totally unprompted by his
Hey, you know that OnlyFans girl I dated? Yeah, the one I purposely dated? Yeah, she's a whore.
his own lawyer. Tectone states,
If I can add further, when Pink came to my house, it was the most forward a woman has ever been with me in my entire life.
Tectone claims during his time on the stand that his and Pink's relationship was the
I mean, more forward than your sister who wanted to give you crabs? Oh, I'm sorry. That's fucked up.
most sexual one he had ever had, which I just thought was bizarre considering they never had normal procreative sex. Pink's lawyer asked Tectone, have you ever also said online, after you were made aware of these allegations by my client, that you were one of the only streamers who has had a documented blow machine?
I am one of the only streamers that has had a documented blow machine. Right? Like, I don't know why people are thinking I'm sweating that I'm divorced. Guys, I'm not here having the time of my life. It's not a large pair of tits. It's not a big old ass. It ain't a big old blow machine that'll suck your daily because they're horny all the time. New blow machine acquired. Anything wrong? They like to bring up that
Dude, what the fuck? Oh, what? I Christ, man.
I'm divorced all the time. Do these people not realize that I've had 2 back-to-back girlfriends since getting that divorce, and one of them was a self-proclaimed blow machine? Do they think I'm sweating anything, man?
Yeah, because if I take it too serious, then everybody's gonna think that it's real. And when you're in a self-defensive mode, you kind of gotta say, you know, anything you can to save face, because when people are calling you a rapist every day, I mean, you gotta let it roll off the shoulder or make it a joke.
And so the best way to defend yourself is to make the other person basically a whore, correct?
I don't believe that's the best way to do that.
Well, that's what you've done. I mean, the first thing you said when you testified today was that she was the most forward woman that you have ever had in your life on day one.
I don't think calling someone forward is calling them a whore.
Really, when you talked about it, you said you like long tongues and she exposed her tongue. You thought that was appropriate behavior?
It was probably inappropriate. That's probably what made it attractive, maybe, though. I'm just not used to it.
Do you not see that you were painting her
My fucking God, Jesus.
in a particular light when you talk about these things in open court?
I can only give you an accurate representation of the truth. If it makes someone appear a certain way, that's not really against or not really my intention.
One of the most important factors when a judge is making a judgment in these types of trials is the credibility of testimony. A judge weighs demeanor, specificity, and plausibility. So imagine you're a judge residing over this case for a protection order that entails alleged essay. The first thing the defendant does is say unprompted,
Oh, where do I call in? Okay, 1 second. Let me join the Discord. You're in the Discord. You should be able to call in. But yeah, join it. Hop in the Nerdy Live Discord server. You should be in here. You got the creator role. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Skelly. Hey, how we doing this morning?
A lot better. I don't think you were there in the VC. I can't remember, but yesterday I think I got first ever properly drunk, and so I was plastered last night.
Oh, what was your drink of choice? What was the drink of choice?
Well, my dumbass decided to down 3 Coronas along with a cup of fucking Black Daniels and another whiskey. That was not the smartest move ever.
No, yeah, mixing like regular beer and whiskey and like actual liquor is it's not the best move. You didn't get sick, did you?
Oh God, no. It's not the first time that I was under the influence. I had it one time. What is it? I one time took up 500 grams of weed or edible one time by accident. So I have somewhat experience on keeping a composure. But no. It was so bad though last night that I had to have someone drive me back to my house. I was like, fuck.
Oh, you got a little fucked up.
Yeah, no, there was no way in hell I was going to be able to drive. Fuck that, no. So. What sucks is that we invited, it was at a friend's party, and what sucks is that we invited someone where I know why they don't like him. He's the black sheep of the friend group.
Oh no.
He's the type of guy that tries to make you drink, and I was like, why not? What can possibly go wrong?
Famous
Everything.
last words. Famous
Exactly.
last words.
Exactly. And I was, no, fuck that. We're never inviting him. And it was my idea too to invite him.
Were there any girls at the party? Were there any girls?
Yeah, there was. There definitely was. And I mean, I was talking to one of them, and I was so plastered though. I was trying to keep my composure together.
Right.
So I was trying not to seem too drunk. You know, I was trying to seem normal, and it's a little difficult, but
because there's a balance there, right? Because like if you get just the right amount drunk, where it's like you're easy to talk to, easy going. You get too drunk though.
Yeah.
You're just like this is the party lady.
And I was trying to explain to her. I was telling her a story, and I was listening to her what she was telling me. But what is it? I didn't get her phone number, unfortunately, because I had to leave for a moment and fucking go to the bathroom. And I was like, no,
No, she left.
no, she was still there, but I didn't get to. But I was so fucked up that I didn't get to say bye to her, unfortunately, when she left. Because I was just sitting on the couch. I was like trying not to like throw up or anything. Or
Right. Well, you know, there's always next time.
Yeah. Talking about fucking name of that fucker, Tectone. You're covering Tectone.
Yes. Shammy released a new video, and he's going over some of the court documents. It's fucking hilarious.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm screen sharing with you.
All right, bye. I'll watch a little bit.
she wanted to immediately, and then directly after go on another unprompted rant about how terrified of he is.
I heard.
No, yeah, this man admits that he has a fear of vaginas, by the way.
What?
Because his sister tried to give him crabs.
He's afraid of his sister, not fucking vaginas. What the fuck?
He claims because of the trauma, he's afraid of vaginas, and that when he did it the first time, he had to close his eyes and pretend he wasn't fucking a vagina.
Oh my god! So he'd rather take dick than up the ass. Okay, that explains a lot.
Well, I was about to say. I mean, has this done? I'm guessing he's never done anal. Because it's like.
that shit, and I was like, damn, did the schizophrenia get me?
One of the reasons his protection order is so long is because for years now, Tectone has been telling his audience in great detail and everyone around him that he is a schizophrenic.
It's called having schizophrenia. I'm fucking schizophrenic. Wait, am I allowed to get offended when people call people schizos because I have schizophrenia? As a guy who actually is schizophrenic, as a guy who does have mental illnesses.
Guys, where are you getting the idea that he might be schizophrenic? I mean, there's only multiple clips of him saying that he is.
I'm schizophrenic. I'm really bad with horror games, so if I have to quit, you guys need to understand why that is. For example, I'm schizophrenic. Normal human beings aren't supposed to see things that aren't there. I have lived a life where I've always felt like there were people trying to kill me. I am also schizophrenic. Sometimes I can't tell if I'm a schizophrenic or if I'm a shaman.
Surprisingly, when asked what he takes for this unfortunate affliction, Tectone simply responds with,
I just take multivitamins and fish oil, so...
What do you?
That's not how that works.
What do you take for your schizophrenia? Fish oil.
That's not how that works.
The vitamin C and D that I'm getting in these pills is definitely staving off the schizophrenia.
Fucking idiot.
Nothing. Kind of wanted to get a sleeve like that, but then I realized I'm schizophrenic and it might freak me out. Might make me think there's bugs in my skin.
when Pink's lawyer asks him why he isn't being treated for this very serious illness, Tectone responds in only a way he can.
I guess it's kind of goofy. There's this movie called The Beautiful Mind, and so I was like, man, his is messed up and mine is nothing compared to that. So, you know, I hear people who talk to people who aren't there, but I'm just like, what's that? Oh, it's gone.
That, you know, I've talked to spirits due to my mental illness, but is it...
Talk to spirits? Dude, he's in communications.
Here's the thing, guys. And here's the question I've always asked myself. Am I schizophrenic or am I a shaman? And obviously I'm schizophrenic. So, I mean, her face starts like mutating. Brother, the sheer damage I would have inflicted on humankind if I listened to the voices would be insane. You should be...
What the fuck? How was he able to have guns in the first place? Don't you need to fucking pass a background check? How the
Really what?
What was your question, sorry?
No. Yeah, you do have to.
Yeah.
This is why I think it's self-diagnosed. It's not an actual diagnosis. No shot.
But like the fact he constantly says it throughout his entire streams fucking screws him over in his own court case. Because I think he wants to be like, guys, I'm just like, I think this was like, I go through my own struggles too. And he just picked like schizophrenia.
Peel off your skin, Techie. You should peel off your skin. Well, if that's what you think, that's what's the truth.
Though there were trials and tribulations for Tectone throughout losing his civil case, just 9 days after the trial, he would receive a miracle that cured his mind of a decades-long battle with schizophrenia.
I have an announcement. I went to a psychiatrist yesterday, and I'll try to provide some documentation of this at a later date whenever I receive it. Guys, I'm not schizophrenic.
Right after the first stream he does, right after he loses his court case. Guys, I'm magically not schizophrenic.
Schizophrenia was cured.
Yeah.
Schizophrenia. Voices, these lies to her head must leave her in Jesus' name.
God,
What the fuck?
guys, I'm not schizophrenic. The psychiatrist believes the reason why I see things that aren't there, mainly, well, at night, is due to the fact that I got stabbed in my left eye and my right eye is normal. And so they believe that my eyeballs are causing me to temporarily hallucinate things that aren't there because they're not signaling my brain properly.
Okay, that's great and all, but why do you talk about hearing voices all the time then?
I've talked to spirits due to my mental illness. I'm schizophrenic. I get really bad thoughts in my head. So I was going there, unironically, and I'm trying not to get emotional. I thought there actually might be something wrong with me. And so I was going to actually try to get medicated. They said I do not require medication. I guess I am just a human with anxiety, unresolved childhood trauma, and eyes that don't communicate too well to my brain.
Now, I personally have no idea where Tectone's lies or truth begins with any of this, to be honest, because the web is so massive, at a certain point, it's just a mad scramble. But here's what we know. Tectone has stated that he plans to appeal the court's decision of the protection order.
Tectone's going through some stuff right now. He let me know he's going to be
Tectone's a spiritual advisor, tactical Templar.
appealing that decision. You know, we've seen the courts do things that are not good.
And what is the first thing Tectone can do to help with his appeal? Not be a self-admitted, dangerous schizophrenic with a gun.
Once again, guys, I'm schizophrenic and I have a gun. I'm a very dangerous man.
Everyone has known the person growing up that lies about this or that mental illness that they are afflicted with. I can't say one way or the other if that's what Tectone has been doing, but I can say his sudden cure of schizophrenia only helps him with his appeal. If only Tectone would have listened to the masters, his elders.
Remember my dad told me I wasn't schizophrenic, I just played too many damn video games. Shut the up, old man.
Well, I love the camaraderie.
Stop military.
I sent my ops to the courtroom for Tectone and Pink Chew, and I have written down notes for a 7-hour trial. I have 7 hours of.
Miskiff, by the way, using his own fucking court case. Fucking piece of shit.
Fuck you, Miskiff. Fuck
No,
you.
Seriously, yeah. Fuck that motherfucker.
Notes on Tectone and what he did to Pink Chew. Nice job, Tectone. You disgusting.
In a true all-time generational hater moment online, Miskiff, an ex-member of OTK, sent people to the courtroom in Travis County, Texas.
What the fuck is what is he doing? What the fuck?
That's what happens when you lose everything. You go cuckoo and look at him.
Of Tectone's trial with Pikachu. They even took video of Tectone leaving the courtroom.
Ready for this? There he is, leaving the courtroom today. The walk of shame as he lost a court case to Pink Chew. He lost.
By the way, the guy's like recording. He's like, Tectone. He fucking sent out the fucking like the Goonies deformed dude.
Guy was fucking gooning to Tectone walking.
Tectone.
Show me love.
10
please.
years, he can't own a firearm, weapon, or gun, and he has to stay away from Pink Chew. And has to pay all of her attorney fees, which is hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Besides having agents in the courtroom, Miskiff posted never-before-seen transactions and texts of Tectone securing view bots for his various channels.
This is the bots that were bought. This is Tectone's account, 2004, July 26th, quantity 1,000, quantity 750. This is John Tectone messaging the person that was buying him the bot saying, "Sad face, can you try that again? I'm stupid and dumb. You just make an account, pay to the top right and add it to your account. If you need help, let me know. It's good for you to do it anyway since I won't be around. Let me know if you need me to walk through it and I'll help you," which then they tried to help him with secure paying, okay? Did you get my bots? So Tectone definitely needing her to buy the bots. I could only do 750, but I sent you the link to everything. Sad face, can you try again? I'm stupid and dumb.
Dude, then this is like a successful streamer having to feel the need to bot their own shit. That's fucking pathetic.
You and I have to fucking bust our asses for our shit. This, like, what the fuck?
Oh, dude, did you fucking did you see what I think Purple posted it, but like that fucking like content mill that one dude's running where he has like multiple vertical streams running with like looping videos, and he makes like $5,000 a day. It's like, what the fuck am I doing? What the fuck am I doing?
I want money.
Me too. You see, I'm just gonna disappear, and I'm gonna start running like an AI Reddit channel and just rake in the fucking dough.
Dumb. There's Tectone's picture on August 24th, paying $1,000, claiming it's the house when it really was for bots. Why would Tectone pay $1,000 for a house that he owns?
If you're skeptical for whatever insane reason, Tectone on his first stream back admitted to the botting allegations.
Hey, bro, there was going live on stream saying, "Yeah, ViewBot, hold up, I gotta send an extra 2,000. Have I dabbled in it? You're goddamn right.
But why? Why do you feel the need to do that? Why?
Absolutely tried it. Hey, it is what it is. I don't do that more, but it is what it is.
The most common thing I heard heard from people I spoke with about Tectone was that he was a massive view botter. Tectone has made a lot of money streaming and a lot of money from sponsors. Once Tectone leaked a $35,000 payment he received on stream.
Is that a video?
He's killing it, man.
Oh, I did that.
Oh, $35,000.
What is that?
0?
I just got tons of money. Holy.
OTK Media Incorporated sent you 35,000 USD memo. Lost Ark.
So the thing is, if you're view botting and you're getting tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars from companies to show their product to viewers that aren't real, well, that's fraud.
Is viewbotting bad? It really depends on how you think about it. It's kind of like lying to sponsors as well. Do I want to feel bad that
I love how he just like, yeah, it's lying to sponsors, which could open them up to like the sponsorship, the companies that gave them the sponsorships could be like, hey, we want our money back.
multi-million-dollar corporations are losing money?
Or even then, at the very least, I would imagine it's probably going to be a little bit before he gets another sponsorship again. Because why would you want to work with a guy who openly admits to botting his views? You're advertising to no one then.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't really care about companies losing money, man. I don't care. Hey, man.
You're gonna start caring if they fucking decide to sue you.
Honestly, I'm not.
Well, no,
sure
I think maybe if like say like they sponsor him and then they notice that there is no increase in sales, and they're like, huh, that's weird. There's no increase in sales even though we sponsored this guy, and then they see this level, like, okay, that makes sense. He fucking view bought it then.
Yeah, never work with him
But that's
again.
if yeah.
everyone can just view bot and then steal from sponsors. I'm a tiny channel, obviously, so I have no clue how prevalent this is, but it is interesting Tectone openly admits to defrauding them.
Guys, I swear, next time I'm live and you see that I have 100,000 concurrent viewers, I swear it's all natural growth. I swear.
And guys, I'm going to keep this vague. I'm going to keep this vague for a reason. Okay? So if you're confused, you're going to stay confused.
There are multiple incidents of SA spoken about in the trial's transcript. I personally don't want to get into details of all of them. However, I want to look at one incident in particular because I believe the records and witness testimony surrounding it absolutely sank Tectone and made me personally truly believe that Tectone is guilty of what he has been accused of. In late May, Pikachu had just recently been to a plastic surgeon to get lip filler done. That night, Pink alleges Tectone asked her to perform an oral action on him. She told Tectone that her lips were hurt because she had just gotten this procedure done and told him she didn't want to. He then allegedly pushed her down and didn't let go until she performed this action. It was so forceful that her lips were in significant pain afterwards, and the fillers she had just had done migrated around her face. It was so bad that she required medical treatment after the fact, which is clearly stated on some of the court's paperwork. Maybe you were a skeptic and want to say she made this up. Well, don't take my word for it. Take Tectone's.
You know what you can't do to women who have lip filler? You can't their mouth. Because it'll rupture the fucking lip filler. So you can't even go hard. And you know they're not making their own money, so then you gotta pay for another lip filler. How do you know? Man, I wonder. Jesus, bro.
Dude, fucking...
Like, bro, I'm...
Yeah, guys, I might have forced her to give me a blowjob and her fucking lips ruptured. How could you just brazenly admit that on stream and still expect to win your case? Like, holy shit.
I'm telling you, like, these fucking bimbos on the internet, they are not worth a fucking damn. By the way, fellas, just letting you know, lip filler might look good. It's fucking terrible because when a woman has lip filler in, they can't suck your dick as hard. Otherwise, it might fuck up the filler. You know, it's very delicate. Like with the lip injections, you can't throat fuck them as hard as you want to because then it'll fuck up their filler. So it's like they'll look really hot, but you can only go like 10% power on them. You have to be careful. Okay, so the reason why it sucks, women who look like that is because I'm like a very like hard f***er. You know what I mean? Like I go.
What the fuck? you know, he there's a lot of force on that micro penis, you know?
Damn right.
Fucking hell.
Very hard. Like very hard, very fast. Like it's fine to like start off slow, but then it becomes like a battle, right? Of who can f each other.
A battle?
The hardest, right?
As you can see, Tectone quite clearly and disturbingly, with all of the context, has quite often reflected on this event with Pink, where after he allegedly forced her to perform an oral action, she had to go to the hospital. You know, as a partner, if a procedure has been done, it's on you to be caring and consoling, not to take advantage of them when they are in pain after an operation like this. I just think if your lips are hurting from a surgery and your doctor has told you not to perform any sexual actions, what is most likely to have happened here? I mean, you heard Tectone himself talk about how forceful he was and just how bizarre that is when your partner has just gotten a medical procedure done. Now, after going over how Tectone performed in court and how he brought really nothing new to the table, you can see why the judge found reasonable grounds to believe that an assault happened here. This incident with the lip filler would also be brought up during cross-examination. Pink's lawyer asks, okay, isn't it true that you have posted on social media that it's hot when girls have their lips done with filler for jobs?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, and in fact, you've said on social media that you can't go too hard on them when they first get their lip fillers done because it causes problems with the filler, correct?
I'm not familiar with that comment, but perhaps I wouldn't.
I'm not familiar with that comment. Even though you said it fucking 10 different times on 10 different streams. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that comment.
Say that I didn't say that.
Okay, and in fact, your exact statements on February 5th of 2025, so after these allegations were made, is,
These are so hot, but in practicality, they are the worst thing to ever exist. So lip fillers, they do make your lips look f***able as shit. But the problem is anybody who has lip fillers cannot suck worth a damn. It sucks. It sucks. Because if they suck too hard, it'll f up their lip fillers. So unless they're able to deep throat your and just let you throat them with their mouth open, it's just not worth it. It's really not.
is that correct?
Yeah, I became very familiar with the flaws with lip filler.
Henry Resilient, who did a great job running through the outline of
Hey, Henry Resilient, we interviewed him on the channel, guys. Go check that out.
the court documents, also made a great point in regards to why Tectone lost in court possibly. Presumably the doctor Pink met with after the lip filler incident testified over Zoom.
February 23rd, Pink requested that a doctor testify via Zoom on her behalf. Not Tectone, who saw the court docs. So this guy, who was one of the leading plastic surgeons, joined the trial to say, hey, whatever they witnessed, whatever it was, it must have been compelling enough. Whatever she said was compelling enough for the protection order to be granted.
This is also backed up in the transcript when the judge talks about generating a Zoom link for a witness. They refer to the witness as a custodian of records, which is someone in court that goes on record for the authenticity of the records presented in court. So Pink's doctor authenticated the records of her injury to the court, which could have also detailed the reason the injury was sustained in the first place.
No, yeah, because I think, I mean, obviously she had to have medical attention for this, but I think she might have also, too, had to probably get the surgery redone to some degree, I imagine.
And so if you're the judge and you're trying to determine what likely happened here, and you have someone claiming SA, they have medical documentation and doctor testimony that they were injured during this act, and the man being accused is talking about how forceful he is in regards to doing this thing to someone recovering from a medical procedure, what the f*** are you going to think? It really is no wonder at all that Tectone lost when you look at what both parties were bringing to the courtroom.
But guys, it was an activist judge. It was an activist judge, guys, clearly.
However, even with the protection order served, this still wouldn't stop Tectone from communicating with third parties to mount a defense for himself against his ex-girlfriend, which legally speaking seems like a terrible mistake.
You can get laid anywhere with some cash though. Viking Gnome, dude. 100% true. The Filipino ladyboys in Manila.
Right.
And
you're an expert.
Filipino ladyboys. Oh my fucking
God. You're an expert.
Go east, gentlemen.
Legal Mindset, or Andrew, is a passport bro and YouTube lawyer who lives in Asia. Legal Mindset laid a foundation for defending Tectone publicly, and Tectone, in my opinion, was also communicating with and sending him things such as the transcript itself.
How'd you get the transcripts? Legal Mindset magic, right? Things just appear in Legal Mindset's inbox.
And a confidential polygraph test Tectone took.
I've also got confidential polygraph results that I obtained that are very telling.
Before Legal Mindset even had the transcripts, you knew aspects of the case like how Tectone would use a whiteboard when he had a disagreement with Pink.
And also, here's another thing too. and I think this does come up, is the way that people communicate with each other. So sometimes the way they communicate, it doesn't seem normal. Maybe they communicate primarily by text or whatever. Maybe it's an IRL. Maybe they do other stuff. I think with Tectone, there might have been a whiteboard involved at some point where they're explaining stuff. Maybe that's just how they learn, right? Maybe that's just how they intake information. That doesn't necessarily make it derogatory.
Dude. Fucking Tectone leaking out all this shit so that way the best defense force can be run for him.
Or negative or...
Andrew at first tries to find a way to talk around the fact that Tectone is incapable of laying pipe by calling it a kink.
Did his penis ever touch your vagina? Never. So there was no penis to vagina that happened at all, right? It's a kink, right?
It's not... we call that a fear. A fear of vaginas.
Once again, kinks are kinks, right? Was it sexual? Yes. Okay. It was the most sexual relationship I've had. Well, if it was only jobs, then I will just say that that's like, maybe he just hasn't had a lot of relationships like that. Anyways, I don't want to read too much into it, but yeah. Okay.
Then later he claims this entire protection order with alleged SA is simply because Tectone wouldn't lay pipe, which is bizarre.
What? What kind of argument is that? What?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, guys, clearly this protection order was because Tectone just wouldn't lay down the pipe. What?
Mr. Robertson, did you ever engage in intercourse with... Her first question is about intercourse. So all of this is because she didn't get, and I'm going to use a technical term. This is an industry technical term that I've heard from industry professionals, like my friend Sterling Cooper, who used to work in the adult industry. I think the technical term is dicked down. I think that is the professional term. I think that's a legal term. So because she did not get dicked down, it appears that is what this is about. And the fact that the lawyer led with that shows that that's...
Well, first off, they have to, like he's talked about before, his fear of vaginas. And, obviously in this court case, they are alleging that he was sexually inappropriate with her, right? So you want a clear basis. Okay, so, it wasn't... He didn't have vaginal sex with her, so it wasn't, a standard, assault. Like a typical assault, what people normally think of when you hear something like that. The lawyer's trying to establish that, okay, so it wasn't vaginal, but you did force her to give you a blowjob right after surgery. I'm imagining that's where this line of questioning is leading towards.
That's the impression she wants to give. This is the first question. I'm gonna highlight you guys. The first question she asks.
When in the transcript, Andrew is confronted with the clip of Tectone confirming the lip filler incident when Pink had to go to the hospital. Instead of explaining to his audience why this is disastrous for Tectone in his case, he just glosses over it and calls it a mistake.
So after these allegations made as lip fillers, they do make your lips look as shit. But the problem is anybody who's had lip fillers cannot suck it worth a damn. It sucks because if they suck it too hard, it'll fill up. After lip fillers, is that correct? So he said that. By the way, okay, Tectone, this is pretty stupid, but saying lips look is not a sin, but you should just not criticize people's sucking ability so much. I don't know. Anyways, this was not a smart tweet, probably. But whatever. Let's continue.
Again, Tectone here is confirming the injury that Pink sustained during the act. Legal Mindset basically paints Pink as mentally ill and runs all the stops as trying to paint this as a Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation.
Apparently, she's got, according to her own confession, some issues she's dealing with, some trauma, maybe some mental health stuff. She has bipolar and BDD. Yeah, I mean, that'll do it right there. But when Pink was worried about something, it consumes her. Sounds like she has really bad depression too. And the important thing here is we are in a post-Depp world. There's a lot of Me Too cases that end up absolutely destroying men based on the laws in the West. But Depp versus Heard is when I blew up. So I'm treating this like Depp versus Heard. But in a post-Depp world, we cannot take Me Too at its face.
He's trying to word that so carefully. He was going to say, we can't take women at their word.
Andrew talks out of both sides of his mouth, claiming that he is the only objective person who can cover this, while also making it clear he is doing this as a third party because Tectone is unable to.
I'm going to be the only person to cover this kind of objectively and that can cover it. That's the point here, is that Tectone cannot say these things, right? And cannot actually move against her publicly, right? So he can't defend himself. So a lot of people.
So it's up to Legal Mindset and Tactical Templar to be his warriors.
Exactly.
Because he can't defend himself against the evil Pikachu.
Exactly. Poor Tectone. I'm gonna cry for him after this stream.
No, yeah, definitely. Like, press F and chat, to pay respects.
People out there are saying, Tectone, defend yourself, defend yourself. He can't. He can't do anything. He can't say anything, right? That's a big factor here as part of my analysis, is that Tectone can't fight back. So this is why he will not cover this. So this is why you need an objective person covering it, and he will not be covering this. He cannot talk about this, guys. This is the point. The point is Tectone cannot defend himself. And to be honest with you guys, once again, if I'm going to disclose my bias, and I do have a bias here, I like Tectone. And
Really?
I'm not
couldn't tell. We couldn't tell, Legal Mindset.
Gonna pretend
You
that
hide it so well.
I don't like Tectone and I don't like the content he covers, and that some of my bias is towards his defense. Listen, the language of this protective order says he cannot do anything to harass or annoy her. So even releasing documents can be seen as harassing or annoying. So Tectone cannot release this document, right? Now, Legal Mindset is not Tectone. So I can do what I want to do.
The other aspect to this is that Legal Mindset refused to redact any information, such as names and addresses, which doxed Pink. The after events of the protection order ruling was a total shit show. Every document that was supposed to be private detailing Pink's essay and home address were leaked originally in Tectone's Discord. The person that...
Oh, that's fucking lovely.
What the? Oh, wow, that's amazing. What a swell guy.
Wow, and it happened in his server. How? Wow.
Posted it found a workaround in the coding of the government site that allowed you to access the files. I actually emailed Travis County because I was wondering if this is what happened, and it turns out that it was. And hours from me emailing the county, the file's accessibility was shut down. Pink actually had to move because of all this, and she actually responded to Legal Mindset on Twitter, claiming this is the, quote, lawyer, Legal Mindset, who posted unredacted leaked documents that were...
As a future Secretary of State, I would approve the attractive female visa. We will call it the DD visa, of course. I will need to do regular in-depth reviews of applications to ensure the administration is properly doing its job. It's pictures of her. Dude, what the fuck? Like, I get it. She's an OnlyFans model. She's subject to have that be made fun of and stuff. It's the internet. But come on, bro. Dude, you're being so fucking creepy about it.
Meant to be sealed live to thousands of people to dox me, putting my family in danger. Then pictured is a tweet of Andrew hitting on Pink, which is sort of the more white trash aspect to this, I would say. Legal Mindset is trying to sweep it up and give an incredibly biased reading of a case where Tectone is accused of SA, and then going on Twitter and hitting on the alleged victim, and he's actually done it more than once.
Monster Energy added as Exhibit A to a Tectone appeal was not on my bingo card. That said, nice choker. Bro. And this is so funny too. I thought he didn't like white women. He goes after Asian women. Is he under the impression that she's Asian? Maybe she's half Asian. Maybe that's just enough Asian for him.
When I pointed out to Legal Mindset, it wasn't the transcript, but the court files that had leaked due to a bug Pink was upset about. He both blocked me and hid my reply. Anyways, beyond being a dishonest
degenerate, I hope you're doing well.
I did feel there was an oddly poetic moment during his coverage. While trying to obviously work with Tectone to fight against his ex-girlfriend who now had a 10-year protection order, Legal Mindset very suddenly breaks down into tears.
I'm going to fucking cry here, because it's hard to do this. It's hard to do this. Hey, appreciate.
Oh, what a fucking loser.
What a bitch.
Dude, go have your fucking Thai lady boy, who's probably underage, go suck you off. You feel so sad. Just go fucking, bro.
shit, you guys. I gotta lock in. I love you guys. So look at me. People are gonna make fun of me. Be like, look, legal mindset, crying out.
You deserve to be made fun of.
Stream. I don't give a shit.
So pretty simply, what you have is Tectone, who just got a protection order by the courts, working with and sending things to YouTube lawyers to then release that information and fight back against her in the public square. Tectone and Legal Mindset didn't always get along. In fact, Tectone quite disliked Legal Mindset, who used to refer to Tectone as a 39 IQ buffoon.
People like Tectone have lost reality with like the real world and how things have to be in a contract. Like, I mean, caveman smash guy over there. 39 IQs in the chat for Tectone. So,
oh yes. For context, this situation involved an entirely separate person from OTK who was going through it was going for like a thing with like a porn star they were seeing at the time, and like Tectone, because he was with OTK, we showed it, like, I don't think you were here for this, but like Shamu showed that like obviously he was grifting towards the left, and then after the allegations he was grifting towards the right. Well, this is during the era where he was like still like saying that he's progressive, that he has a bunch of trans friends. So like obviously he's gonna do like the believe all women thing. And so like obviously Legal Mindset, who's always been like a right-leaning grifter, you know, going after them Thai lady boys because the damn white women don't want to listen and cook in the kitchen, right?
Like they should.
Jesus.
Hey, you made the joke, not me.
You're not supposed to agree. But like obviously Legal Mindset at this time would hate Tectone, but now that Tectone's a right-leaning grifter, oh my gosh, Tectone's like fucking Christ now. It's so funny how team politics work, because it's so blatantly performative.
Now Tectone, I guess, is going to say something dumb. Wow. These people are just dumb. Like, are they not thinking about the reality of how these things work? So I don't want to keep you guys awake too long. I think we've seen enough of losing brain cells, 39 IQ takes for the night. But yeah, this is pretty bad.
By the way, kicking. Guess what? There's new emote for members. It's called Coffee Time. It's chibi nerdy drinking some coffee. I think it's cute.
I really don't give a about this Legal Mindset guy. I really don't. Like, I mean, I could pretend that I do, but I really just fucking don't, man. I will admit, I think Legal Mindset's a very dangerous creator, because a lot of people take what he says far too seriously, and he's really.
By the way, I don't know if this has changed recently, because, you know, Mythical's got its own controversies, but like Tectone is the reason why Legal Mindset got signed to Mythical. So that relationship between them changed really fast.
Wow.
Really missed the mark when he was talking about me. And I think that's very dangerous when people hold your word to such high degree. And then you go farm and you just get some PR dunk points. I think that's very dangerous.
And obviously we got the VTuber Cinder. So if you know.
But I have just such a bitter taste in my mouth ever since he attempted to me over some bullshit. Yeah, I kind of just take everything he says with a grain of salt.
Once Tectone's legal issues began closing in, he did a total 180 and began glazing Legal Mindset to such a degree it would make Thai lady boys blush.
I highly recommend everybody watching this video right now go subscribe to Legal Mindset and support the original channel as well. I just like getting informed on everything, and obviously pretty soon I'm going to be getting very involved with the law, and I want to make sure that I am.
Dude, this is so fucking pathetic. It's so fucking blatant. You fucking blatant piece of shit. Dude.
I'm ready to dissect my enemies.
Not only was he glazing, but leading up to his legal issues, he was also speaking with Mindset frequently.
Which, by the way, I've been talking to Legal Mindset quite a lot. He's a very nice guy. Believe, and I'll have to ask Legal Mindset, Legal Mindset, aka the sexiest man on Twitch. God, bro, look at him.
He's into dudes. He's into me. He keeps hitting on me, right? It's a little bit uncomfortable, right?
Just a few weeks later, Pink filed her protection order against Tectone on August 21st. Here's Tectone 4 days later.
Legal Mindset is one of the greatest gifts to content creation in the past 3 years. One of the best channels on the entire platform, and I stand by that. Side note to you, Legal Mindset, you have now broken into my 5 favorite content creators to watch. I was even watching your YouTube live stream this morning. Amazing streamer, amazing content creator.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
The fucking dick sucking is like tremendous. Makes you wonder if he really is gay.
Just fucking. Well, I mean, he was liking fucking gay Genshin Impact porn. Holy shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That. What the fuck,
dude? Dude, it's so. Holy fucking shit. Dude, it's like if I was like, yo, guys, fucking Skelly makes the fucking best content I've ever seen. Oh, Skelly's top 2 creators easily for me. It's like, dude, chill.
I don't know how I would feel about that, if I'm being honest.
No, but seriously, this is like, and like, what's interesting is like, we'll see that like the workaround that like he has, because he's not allowed to directly talk about the case anymore. But like what this guy will do is he'll react to videos of people defending him. Because we've seen him react to Sensitive Society, to a Cheeto. And it's just, dude, you're such a pathetic fucking coward. You lost, fucking deal with it and move on.
Brilliant mind of the legal space. I love this shit.
Just 1 month after Pink got her protection order, Tectone got Legal Mindset signed to Mythic Talent.
So of course I joined the talent agency Mythic, and this was put out on September 27th, so it's 3 days ago, which was really awesome. Big thanks to Tectone for helping me out. He actually got me in contact and let me get in contact with the leadership, the CEO, the COO.
Skelly, you better get me a fucking Raid Shadow Legend sponsorship.
The fuck no, I'm keeping that for myself. The fuck?
No, you gotta get it for me.
Oh, it was really awesome to meet them and to talk.
You get the best morning streamer in your corner, Nerdy John.
About
I was going to say Riveter.
I'm not even sure it was very well known.
Wow, Peepaw doesn't even stream in the morning anymore. Wow.
Exactly, that's why.
Known was that Tectone was a creator behind Mythic Talent.
And then Mythic Talent was an organization that I created with some peers from another company called AFK, where they were actually, not being too kind to their employees. And so I took some of their employees and made our own ad company to bring money to creators.
You can send this to whoever the fuck wants to hear it. So I keep on being told, and this is real, by the way. I've seen this comment so much. I keep on being told that Legal Mindset is like incredibly biased and in my favor and will defend me to the brink of death because I got him into Mythic Talent.
Me personally, it just seems like Tectone courted Legal Mindset leading up to his legal troubles, and once the protection order was served, used his connections in the industry to prop him up and scratch his back, which would inevitably lead to Mindset's absurd defense of Tectone once the trial results came in. And getting Legal Mindset on his side and hired to Mythic Talent may have in fact been a strategy.
I'm glad we have people like Sensitive Society and WestJet.
Other content creators who have
fucking WestJet. Oh, that's a motherfucker. These fucking daily slop commentary channels need to be all eradicated, okay? All eradicated because they can't fucking... Dude, they can't critically think to save their goddamn lives.
have collaborated and been on Tectone's podcast also cover this story, such as WestJet and Sensitive Society.
I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and conceal my bias. I want Tectone to be innocent. I like the guy. I don't want him to be a but at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and carry water for Tectone and a girl with information I don't have, calling her a liar and stuff like that.
Because I'm friends with Tectone, I guess it's time the elephant in the room gets addressed. You guys know me, I like to keep it 100 with everyone. And of course, it's no secret that I like Tectone. I've talked to him. He's been nothing but kind to me. A few months ago, he invited me onto his podcast.
So they state their biases in the video. However, for large portions of both of their videos, simply had Legal Mindset giving the most absurd takes on the case.
They're almost trying to paint him in a way, if you know what I mean.
Never actually engaged in traditional intercourse. It was only he received blowjobs. There was never any reciprocation. So they're literally making a case that because he didn't have sex with her, this is abuse, right? So I just want to make it clear here that there's an argument here that really the problem is they didn't
Now, thankfully, YouTube lawyer made a video about this a day ago explaining everything.
He approached this very innocently after he was betrayed in a relationship.
No, yeah, and by the way, Census Society has since then taken down this video because everyone was making fun of him for using Legal Mindset as a source of information. It's all, dude, it's so fucking blatantly obvious that this fucker is just... I get it, you know, more oftentimes than not, commentary channels are skeptical of allegations when they come out. And I think that's right. Well, I think that's important. You need to like have some air of skepticism. I think it's perfect. I think the best way to cover them, if you want to take them seriously, is just like, hey, here are the allegations. We need to keep in mind that these are allegations. Here's the evidence thus far. We'll have to see how the accused responds and go from there. But these guys are like, she's a whore, she's lying, and like, well, for one, Legal Mindset glosses over what Pikachu's legal team is actually arguing is the assault. He glosses over that in the first place, and then like, Census Society plays a clip where they're not alleging assault whatsoever in these lines of questions. But Census Society just wants to go, see, it's so blatant that she's just a scorned lover.
Which Freem cheated on him. In fact, all the communications I reviewed show Tectone as a reasonable, kind guy. Don't say. He says, I will never understand how much this must hurt you, but proud you're fighting through it. And this is not the language I would see of an abusive partner, someone who's hurting or someone who's out there to get somebody, but someone who really...
This was a random tweet Tectone made in 2023 when he and Pink were dating. Oh, you wonder where he got this random post from. Yeah, totally. See, guys, here's me hoping that she gets better. Oh, that tweet was made when you guys were dating? Yeah, but like, you see, I'm just a good guy. I'm just a good guy.
Genuinely wants to help. And it seems like this may be a case of what you call buyer's remorse in dating, where you go back and you say, okay, well, now that I'm out of this, this is a situation where it was buyer's remorse. I regret things I did, or I regret stuff I did, even though it was consensual at the time. And unfortunately, as I got to report to you guys, the U.S. legal system weaponizes this. It allows people to go back, regret things, and then go get protective orders, go make claims in the future when all of this should be dealt with privately.
My problem with both of these videos is that if you're going to talk about this case, then people should actually know some of the damning things within it. Because you aren't talking about how Pink, while recovering from an operation, was injured, that there is medical documentation to back it up, and that Tectone himself has openly stated that this event happened, and you just have Legal Mindset on screen talking about how the problem actually is that Pink wasn't getting then that's sweeping. I think it largely helps Tectone from people that have collaborated with them. It also seems like at least WestJet had some idea that Tectone was just working with Legal Mindset.
I genuinely don't know how effective polygraphs are, but it is interesting how Legal Mindset even got this confidential file in the first place.
Sensitive Society would actually issue an apology for his video.
His opinion, the only people that I care about is my audience, and if you feel let down by my video on Tectone, I do apologize for that.
You see, like, these guys are so fucking audience captured. Like they will say and do anything as long as they think their chat will let them get away with it. It's so fucking blatant. Census Society, you have no fucking real opinions of your own. You're a fucking shill, a soulless husk. Your only goal in life is to fucking make money on your shitty daily slop channel.
I would have respected if he like actually admitted this, but he doesn't.
Well, he kind of does. He's like, guys, well, you know, my audience didn't like it. My audience didn't like it.
1000% falls on me. I think I should have done a better job covering the situation. Maybe not be as biased.
And shortly after would take down both his apology and the original Tectone protection order video he made.
They call him a generational rapist. Yes. When you have people that are spreading, you know, at least from his perspective, the court case is not finished. And so I do know more about it than the public. And also I remain to be Tectone's friend and I support Tectone. You can take that for what you will. So as somebody who knows more about this than the public, I think that when he comes back, all of this is going to make a lot more sense. I'll certainly say
Oh, Asmongold, famous last words.
that. So don't worry about it, guys. Tectone will be back. It's not going to be a big deal. Everything's totally fine.
Asmongold supported Tectone and frequently alluded to Tectone's innocence and knowing things the public didn't. However, once Tectone lost his case, this was his reaction.
Streaming is just, it's so toxic, man. Tectone is a civil case. Based on a lawsuit that I'm in right now, I don't want to make any comments on it just for this
You coward.
sole reason of because of that lawsuit. If it wasn't for that, I would have talked about it a lot.
So Asmon has this lawsuit with Mizkif. However, many people covered the trial's fallout, and it really doesn't prohibit him from talking about Tectone's case. There's no reason to include Mizkif in this.
Maybe all of my friends are just, you know, problem boys, right? Because I have tons of friends that have like felonies and they've been in jail and everything. And so, you know, I guess for me, you know, it's not that big of a surprise. I don't really care or want to have anything to do with other people's drama. I just don't give a shit about it. Like, I don't want to talk about it, explain it.
Basically, Asmon just took the cop out. Tectone's lawsuit has nothing to do with Mizkif whatsoever. And in reality, it's just a bad look for him as someone who has been defending Tectone.
This is so sad.
Leading up to this point where he is then found civilly liable for SA.
This is a whore. Some people in the chat said don't call her whore. You know, what do you mean? She's a whore. Tectone.
She's a whore.
Tectone, you dated a whore. It didn't work out.
Oh, this fucking loser.
Yeah, you dated a whore. Nuxtaku. By the way, Nuxtaku, who doesn't show his face whatsoever, feels the need to fucking like go hard at people. I wonder why you don't want to show your face, buddy. Hey, say what you want about me. I've shown my face plenty of times before. This fucker is just like, you're just a whore. Me, Nuxtaku, the Jew that lives, the Canadian Jew that lives in Israel. I'm just going to call you a whore.
It was another creator who, after the court's decision, defended Tectone, obfuscated aspects of the case, and attacked Pink or Tectone. Nux recently was exposed for having a minor in his Patreon Discord who was groomed with explicit adult material and walked through the best ways to do SH. There's really no way to get around that this event happened as everything was archived. Nick Andros has a video on the topic and you should check it out. However, I just wanted to illustrate how these people work and how these absurd defenses go both ways. You scratch my grooming back, I'll scratch your rapist back.
Looked like Nuxtaku completely obliterated all of the allegations that were thrown his way in the matter of 5 minutes. So that was always really fun. And
Dude, all these fucking like, all these groomers and rapists are just fucking like doing the circle jerk for each other.
A lot of people were like, you need to denounce Nux. You need to denounce Nux. I'm good, bro. I love Nux.
It's also worth noting this isn't the same as someone just ignoring a controversy, let's say. Some of these people are actually trying to obfuscate and dishonestly represent aspects of these stories in an attempt to benefit themselves and the person they are subverting for. Think before you sleep, I would say, had the most insane video.
Oh my god, this guy. His video is basically like, well, she's a whore, so she deserved everything she got.
Video on the topic where every subject is missing a ton of context, and it's all in service of attempting to help Tectone. The first 2 minutes, he just talks shit about Pink and calls her a catfish.
I mean, this is an insane amount of catfishing. I'm not even looking at.
One's a live stream, the other one's a professionally done photo.
The same person
I
when I
don't see any
compare a live
difference,
stream to.
realistically.
The only difference is the lighting. And like she looks a bit paler here, but that could be like a mixture of makeup or, you know, whatever. There's no difference here.
A photo of her.
He does bring up the lip filler incident, but pretends there isn't medical documentation or Tectone talking about the incident on his stream several times.
Anyway, Pink Shoe said that she had just gotten lip filler, and Tectone had forced her into oral sex, which had ruined the lip filler. Geez, another plastic surgery related incident?
Dude, he actually goes over the assault incident and he just fucking glosses over like, oh no, it ruined your lip filler.
Do all of her allegations have some sort of plastic surgery involved? Now, is there any corroborating evidence that this happened? Not really.
You know what you can't do to women who have lip filler? You can't f their mouth. because it'll rupture the fucking lip filler. You know, it's very delicate. Like with the lip injections, you can't throat them as hard as you want to because then it'll fuck up their filler. So it's like they'll look really hot, but you can only go like 10% power on them. I'm like a very like hard f***er. You know what I mean? Like I go very hard.
TBYS throughout the video explains that he believes the protection order is actually a grand conspiracy by Hassan Piker and his lackeys.
Yes. He believes that the judge is in Hassan Piker's pocket. And that Hassan Piker orchestrated this entire incident to take down Tectone.
This whole situation was a coordinated effort from multiple streamers to ruin his career. Hassan Piker has this ongoing war with Asmongold, probably because he's mad that Asmon is more famous than him. Hassan likes to sit back and have his little lackeys do all the dirty work for him. This is a famous tactic of his, and he primarily works by not directly saying that he has certain values, but he will signal boost all the people who have the values that he wants to promote by watching their content on his stream. That being said, Tectone is friends with Asmongold. Hassan wants to attack Asmongold in any way that he can, so I think his lackeys came up with a plot to destroy Tectone. They do this a lot.
So what are we trying to do here? Well, with absolutely no evidence, TBYS wants to impress upon his viewers that if you think Tectone raped, think again, because this is actually a plot from Hassan Piker, who's pulling the strings in the background. It's so absurd to me that anyone would try to use Hassan Piker as a shield from being found liable in civil court for SA, someone who...
Your Honor, you're clearly bought out by Hassan Piker.
Has literally nothing to do with this protection order between these two people, and really it should be an insult to the intelligence of someone's fans to even try to push something like this, but here we are. Tectone behind the scenes was sending streamers this video and told them it had been in the works for a long time.
And I know there might be some people thinking, oh my gosh, does Techless even want you to watch this? Yes, he asked me to watch this, so yes. He's told me this one has been in the works for a while. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why we're going to be watching.
So let's think about this. After receiving a 10-year protection order where the judge found reasonable grounds that Tectone had committed stalking and SA, he is now sending hit pieces against his ex-girlfriend to other streamers where they are pretty openly doxing her and not redacting any info. This is true in TBYS and Legal Mindset's case. It is a violation of the protective order to use a third party to harass a protected person. So if Tectone is facilitating this with other creators, he could be in some serious trouble before this is all said and done. But in both TBYS and Legal Mindset's case, I personally believe there is just more for them to gain in defending Tectone and trying to obfuscate certain aspects of the case we talked about today. Tectone co-created Mythic Talent, he has many different connections in the space, and remains friends with creators like Asmongold. Being closer to those networks is obviously beneficial for people operating in that ecosystem. This case is not your typical run-of-the-mill accusations online case. We have medical records proving there were injuries sustained during the alleged act, with numerous references to the incident by the accused. This makes it all the more depraved to me that people are so willing to just obfuscate details of a rape case in order to get ahead online. It's about as slimy as it gets, really. Tectone, of course, utilizing these people to attack his ex-girlfriend.
But no, yeah. Fantastic video by Shamu. Yet again, another fantastic video. But like, holy shit, man. He's dude, Tectone's a fucking pathetic loser. And you see, I'm not a legal expert, so I don't know if like this would be a for sure thing of like, yeah, he's definitely gonna like face legal repercussions for like sending the video. Cause like I think it's probably more it's probably more along the lines of like trying to prove like defamation. You have to prove without a shadow of a doubt that like he's sending these videos out to people to harass them, which might be hard to do. I don't know, but it seems like Pikachu has a good fucking lawyer. So Tectone, you might want to fucking watch out. But guys, we have to thank all the lovely members of this channel. First off, we gotta thank Pigeon Salad for being a Super Nerd 3 for going further beyond his support. Then we have everyone else who is a Super Nerd 1, which you can join for just $1 today. We have Daniel, Weird Collar Guy, Beryl, Cool Anime Girls, Wookie, Kicking the Swede, Lady Neurist, K-Huck, and Manic. If you guys want to support the channel today, subscribe, ring the bell for all notifications, hit that like button, and if you're feeling extra generous, become a member for just $1 today. I'm Nerdy John, signing out. Take care, and remember, don't be freaky, be nerdy.
Exactly.
Hang on. Asmongold wants slavery to make a comeback, and any people that are a burden to society should be deported somewhere as reasonable as what the fuck is he saying that shit on stream?
I wouldn't be surprised if he is.
Holy
That guy's just
shit.
saying he's been. I hate it. I hate when people who lose civil suits, they just go crazy and say the dumbest shit ever to draw the attention away.
Please don't pay attention to this court case. But yeah.